Hey, Spencer here. Um, on this channel today, I was thinking of about morality. Not morality, actually. Not, what was I thinking? Just fate in terms of success or talent or expertise. Um, I know just like everybody else, who's probably clicked onto this video, that at some point in your life, you were a go getter. You were a person who was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna succeed, I'm gonna make so much money, or I'm gonna be a famous person or whatnot. But that never happened. Despite as hard as you tried and how much like every institution or just everything in general seems to bar you from where you're trying to go. And no matter how much you try, you get to that state where you kind of give up and you kind of wonder, huh, maybe this is like God or some sentient being or my soul or my heart or whatever, or fate, which is what I'm using for this as a scenario. Um, that fate is essentially guiding me not towards that path, and it's a path I'm not supposed to take. And that has been happening to me for a bit, and that's why I'm here to make this video. Because I think I've realized that maybe all the shit that I've been trying to do has all been some type of fate thing, you know? Like, there's just stuff where things just happen when they shouldn't happen. They're too coincidental. And it seems like anytime I try to succeed in something, like for example, I tried to multiple times I tried being a game developer, didn't work. Still hasn't worked out. I mean, I haven't been making a game, so it doesn't make sense. Film, I tried making movies, didn't work either. It seemed like almost every single person I was around just did not want to make shit with me, no matter who it was, or or they make it too difficult, or they're fucking. There's like one characteristic that ruins them. It makes them awful to work with. Um, like stuff like that, and then there's just like school in general. Like I was thinking, because for a bit I was doing pretty well, but there's all this stuff that was at my school that I was never told about was a thing. Like I didn't know about anything about AP, IB, even though I don't really want to be in that with how I am now. But back then I would have. But they never told me. They never told me stuff like that. And there's just so many other things that just seem to be barred up. Nothing was ever encouraged to me to do. Not even my parents really pushed me or tried to like make me like see things that might be kind of interesting and might, help me in the future. No, they were like, ooh, child psychology, kids should just choose what they want. Which, you know, it's a good thing. It's a good mindset, but sometimes you have to at least like encourage your kids to do something. At least try to like see, hey, there's these things. But no, I'm one of those cases where nobody told me anything. And I never get told anything either. It's like everything is intentionally misled to me, or I'm supposed to be the most under the rock individual. And I know others have felt the same, where it just seems like the world is just intentionally trying to get them to fail no matter what, to no end. And it's happening to me. I am really seeing that the world is trying to get me to fail, to where they don't want me in that fine they don't want me in any like monetary path or any game making path or any movie path or or anything I'm actually interested in. It seems like no matter what, the world is trying to get me to fail in success. And now I just covered over just academic to like financial stuff. That's not really the emotional thing. That's like other factors. But what I'm about to say next, I think is going to be the truest for anybody who's watching this video. Even though I've explained this video as a sort of kind of weird lecture, I have been adding in at least a little details about my life. You know, ever since I was young, you know, went to preschool, went to kindergarten, pretty normal, nothing crazy. But around, I don't know why the hell my eyes are doing on the camera. I'm just like looking down. It's just like, um, and, in elementary, I at one point it was the first day of school. Most people don't know anybody there, and I was shy. And I went to a new school, and they immediately put me in a special ed like program. And essentially, the special ed program never actually helped anybody. It like made people just fucking worse. It didn't make me really any better. I tried to make sure to skip it as much, so I did that, and I ended up making good connections. But I still ended up really shy, and I was still shy at the beginning because number one, it's like you don't know anybody yet. You have to talk to people first, and the school immediately puts me in that program just for being quote unquote too shy. That was the reason, and it's bullshit. So eventually, over the years, I kind of get out of that program. Middle school, um, they do this. They do this weird thing at my they did this weird thing at my middle school where there would be three groups. There'd be a gold group, a silver group, and a black group. Or like it was a red. It was like black, yellow. It was like black, yellow, red. Or the black was maybe, I don't know, silver. And essentially, people would be split up in these groups, right? And it would isolate people. Which is really weird considering, I mean, this is school. Wouldn't they want people to connect? And I ended up not having some of my friends to talk to, and these were the friends I would always speak to. I didn't like being in the group I was in because there was a bunch of people I didn't care about. And now that I think about it now, those years later, now that I'm 18, I realize, damn, this might have been a fate thing. Because I believe that throughout those years, fate was structured for me to make sure I am one of the fuck ups in life. Just like how there's fuck up losers in life that like get nothing, right? And it's like self-inflicted. There's also cases where it's not self-inflicted. It's just someone who's really unlucky, and I think I might be one of them. Because there's just other people who just do extremely well for like no reason at all, right? And it just seems totally impossible. Like I do not genuinely believe one person was like doing theater, sports, mathematics, just like all these things. And it's like, dude, you did not do all those things. You're not that talented. And talent is definitely a fate thing. That's probably just bestowed onto people. And and I sound like a narcissist here, but the thing is that I don't think I am any prestige at all. Asshole outside, fucking motorcycle. But anyway, I didn't think much in middle school. Then eventually, COVID happened. Eventually, I got back. Eventually, around high school, COVID was like essentially over, and I started going to school, and I didn't know anybody again. It was just like elementary all over again. But I tried connecting back, but it seemed like everything was rigged so I wouldn't be able to communicate with anybody. And same thing with friends. All the friends seemed to just like just have anything that just never involved me. And I barely even spoke. I wasn't really a huge talker. I was kind of shy, but I still talked to people. I wouldn't be too crazy. I wouldn't be too weird. I'd only be weird if I was, obviously joking. And people would know when I'm joking. I mean, who wouldn't? You'd have to be fucking autistic or retarded for that. And I didn't like hanging out with those autistic or retarded people. I liked hanging out with normal people. But anyways, so over the years in high school, I mean, I was kind of ugly. I was a bit chubby, a bit, and overall, it just seems like everything was made to isolate me. And even when I got better, worked out and, tried getting some skills, it seems like everything is still like being fucked onto me. Just everything being punched down. Like any time I try to like get up, it just punches down. And it's so. And at this point, where I'm now about to graduate from high school, I only have like 2 days of finals and then I have to walk on stage. I'm just starting to realize that like I don't I don't think I don't think college or university is going to be good. I don't really know what to major in. I'm not really good at anything, I think. I think I'm pretty average in everything. There's something really interesting I want to learn and make that my job for my whole life. I mean, who wants to do business their whole life or do technology their whole life or whatnot? And even all the quote unquote fun majors, it's like you're not even gonna get a job. You're gonna be working at fucking Starbucks or something like that. So, and then it makes me really wonder. It's like maybe because I'm just not interested in anything, and everything just seems like a bad option. It has really questioned my place in fate, my place in the fatal system that I feel like exists for every single person here. Where where I think that in this type of fatalist system, that people, or at least me, I feel like in my case, from everything that's been happening even up to now, I think my purpose is to like be dead or something, or just not be alive. And I know how like, ooh, look how sad and depressed you look. Like I understand that, but I genuinely think I'm supposed to be dead. If I just had all this shit over and over again, and it seems like everything is like subtly trying to tell me or message to me symbolically that I am not supposed to be good at really anything. I just have kind of accepted at this point that, like now, like recently, that this is not a point. I should just live. You know, it just seems like I'm supposed to be those fucking meat sacks, those like wasteful pieces of shit that just like stay around on Earth. And I think that's where I'm supposed to be. I'm just supposed to be a person like that. And in a weird way, despite how awful it sounds, thinking, oh, wow, you're not good at anything, you're never going to succeed at anything, you suck at everything, and it seems like essentially the world just wants you isolated from anybody or any communication. It's weirdly comforting for some reason. And that's why I haven't looked very upset throughout this whole video. I've been kind of like same face the whole time. Because genuinely, it is comfortable to know, just know straight up the fate of where you're at. And I like that. I mean, yeah, I'm still going to go to university. I'm probably going to major in like some useful field, like, I don't know, like, business, math, or whatnot, or wherever, some computer shit. But the thing is that even though I'm going to be doing those fields, I know for a fact I'm not going to succeed. I'm going to fail straight up. Like I'm not going to be alive by the time I get out of university. Probably. I don't even know if I'm going to be alive by the end of summer. I don't even know. Like this, it's just like the society in general. I don't even want to use society. Just the world in general. It's like it's it is so it is so okay to me. It's very mediocre to me. You know? This is the feeling. This is the feeling of just finding out your true fate in the world. Anyways, that was what I wanted to tell you all. Anyways, I said it again. See you guys on the flip side.